What is going on, Rolling Empire? Here, guys, to give you a video. And I thought today's topic we should be talking about is Dune. Dune, which is a film that is coming from a source written by Frank Herbert, who's done many series of books and all that, and from many spawn continuations of many of spin-offs of this universe that David Lynch decided to adapt and make his own film, but that was experimental as experimental goes. And now Denis Villeneuve has decided to kind of take his own spin, see if he can give it to a modern time and audience too that's more palatable, I guess, more palatable to kind of more adjust to kind of digest this kind of film and all that. And with the way that the books are to add to this film, it feels like it might be not that easy to kind of adapt, but it is kind of warranted that if you want to, yeah, go ahead and make something out of it. Studios are about franchises. If they want to capitalize on something on a franchise, fine. But to bring something out first and with an incredible acclaimed director like this guy, does it live up? Can it have a starting point at least? Whether universes or the franchises sequels end up sucking, does the first one out of the gate become a good film and all that? And with this, I think really it's promising. It really is. If you tell me directly, did I like the movie? Oh, are you absolutely? Heck yes, I enjoyed the movie. It really was incredible. I enjoyed it from a filmmaking aspect, everything, a technological achievement, everything. Just the scope of this movie. When I kept watching and seeing it with the mythology that was presented, I was like, this is good. This is something that I really enjoy. This is up my alley. The eye candy. Was like, wow, the lighting, the cinematography, the way the scope is of framing of how important everything is with the actors to balance it out, to see a nice contrast. Well done. Denis Villeneuve is an incredible director. Denis Villeneuve has established himself all the way from Prisoners, at least, to now Blade Runner 2049, and Dune is that follow-up, at least from the English movies. I know he has other language films. The English movies, they're really well received. He follows this trend. It's like at this point, where does he go? And I don't want to say spoilers. I won't say too much spoilers. But this is a bit of a part, two situation. They need to give him his part two, or if not, he's gonna have to kind of bring it down now. He's built himself now that he needs to tackle the second part, and there are things in this movie that I will say that maybe not a lot of people are gonna like this whole part one, part two aspect. Maybe they wanted a whole film. I know now, prepared a bit, that what I was gonna get in this film and all, and I still dug a lot more from this. But I can understand that people are like, "Man, I wanted to see more" and all that, and it adds to how good of a film is for those that did enjoy it, or like, what's going on here? I kind of just expected more. I got enough of a story to be like, okay, I know there's more to this, but I think as a first film, they had enough to kind of set up things, and they did a good job setting up stuff, understanding why, especially like the family, like Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, and Timothée Chalamet, why their characters are essential, where Rebecca comes from, her background, what is the importance of Duke Leto with Atreides and his house with Oscar Isaac, and how Paul Atreides is an important key piece for their two worlds, for him to kind of continue on this thing, realizing then like what his purpose is, how he goes from where he's always grown up with his family and all that, how they go to kind of essentially what looks like tattooing, tattooing and all, and how they need to kind of colonize, like need to establish themselves there, and the importance of how that planet is. Some people might think there are things that are a bit dull and that kind of thing. I ate that stuff up because it is this this universe, this thing that is Dune. Dune has inspired a lot of things. Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, more specifically too, to get into details. And this had a lot of Star Wars, but I know that Dune kind of was first, but Dune came out last to kind of finally give it some kind of justice and a merit and all that. But I like seeing how there are things that you resemble, but you can kind of see things of like how much Star Wars influence, like Star Wars, with the way certain characters have abilities and certain characters come from a mythological kind of background. I enjoyed all that stuff. This could be a thing though that maybe not a lot of people do. Like maybe they do like the aspects of how there is mythology in this, but the way the filmmaking kind of approached it was very too art house ish kind of things. I know now how long this filmmaker kind of takes his time with things. Again, I ate it all up. I think I saw criticisms that maybe Timothy Chalamet was not too three dimensional. I thought he was three dimensional enough because he had sentimental, he had very heartfelt connections with certain characters, and I appreciate it when he can kind of be himself with those kind of characters that he has, like a Josh Brolin situation. Even Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa looks like he's Aquaman. Come on, he's Aquaman and all. But I do like how he's having fun with his role, and he does have a standout scene that I liked, for his character in this film and all that. So there are things that, like, some people take things too seriously of actors here, but it kind of feels like it's kind of needed for that. In other parts where other actors kind of have fun and all that, it just kind of adds. I thought it was more balanced enough to say that there was a bit of one way to another. There are things that maybe, some kind of comedy could have been more polished. Comedy, some felt like it was maybe forced comedy, but the comedy enough to add to the drama really did center nicely. I thought this movie did add a just a nice looking kind of just a nice looking scenario to just what the whole thing is. I watched the movie and I couldn't get a lot of criticism. I got issues out of it, like maybe because it being 2 hours and 30 minutes. There was dragging for me now in the third act, and then things of like, okay, a lot of the lighting, if being too dark, too light, and all that, kind of does kind of. I wish there was a more balanced and all. So really realizing just how much we spend time in certain scenes and all that, there might be a lot of that. But because of how the scene structures are, the way that the even from to the wardrobes and even into the how the whole world looks of this, it looked nice. It looked very royal. It looked very majestic. And the actors, what they got for them, because to serve their purpose here, they're all good actors for what they need to serve. When you get cameo appearances from some and others that are crucial and centered throughout the whole movie, nice job to kind of get that casting. You needed to get that casting, kind of have this be something great at first. You need something to start out big, so they needed something to start out strong with, to kind of maybe get more things. It really depends if people do want more, if if the box office does well. But if not, like, with what was promised, with what you capitalized from everybody, this was a nice promising start and all that. I really did enjoy this movie a lot. And let me know, guys, if you didn't. Let me know why it was so boring. Let me know what actors you thought were better, or let me know why you thought it's one of the best ones of this guy's filmography. Let me know why the movie just worked for you on the scale, on just finding the politics and the lore, or just how much fun you had with these actors. I personally did think this movie was an astonishing feat that just had incredible filmmaking from all cylinders, and the actors really gave it the best they could. The actors made it, the project taken so serious, but also take it very fun. It's just in a way where it was entertaining, and I had a good time with this movie. I had a good time with the characters and the actors. So all this in the comments below, and as always, Roland Empire. Laugh, smile, repeat.